This is 2006. That's Greg Doucette won the overall. And that's Dan Fowler and Mike Johnson.
So if you don't do too well at that show, you can definitely get on the pole there. We're bringing the portable pole, so you can try your luck at pole dancing and stuff.
I have to get a few lessons first.
Jamie's like, only if there's a trophy involved.
Yeah, and I'll do anything for a fucking trophy.
Leg day is Saturday for the last 20 years, and it's like Thursday, Friday. Start thinking, planning, and then I like can't do anything Friday night. Gotta rest the legs.
And now it's all awkward and weird. All right, welcome to Bodybuilders Amateur Hour. Thanks, guys, for coming back and joining us. It's awesome to be back together again, and happy holidays. I just want to, man, it's awesome to see you. So, Corey, what's going on, buddy? It's good to have you here. We're really excited to have you on as one of our special guests, and hopefully someone that might be on a consistent basis if you like it and you don't get too weirded out.
Thanks for the invite. Happy to be here. How you doing, everybody?
I'm doing great. Good to have you, Corey.
Awesome.
Good seeing you.
Jamie, It's been a while. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing good. Really good.
Yeah?
I was sick last week for a bit.
That
took me. Yeah. I was down and out for about 5 days.
Yeah, dude. Looks like you lost a little bit of weight there too.
I did.
Yeah, you're looking real small in that frame. You're all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There we go.
It's not that the frame got bigger; it's that Jamie got smaller.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. Anyway.
Let me ask this: are you guys all in your trophy rooms? Am I the only one in my living room here? What's going on?
Yeah, we built up to this.
Yeah,
nice.
Slowly.
This is progress here.
Every couple of days, Jamie goes out and buys a new trophy.
Yeah, I go into the store or the trophy place down here in town. I said, he says, what do you want now? I said, I don't know. Fuck, I got everything. Just make something else. Make something different.
Got any new ones?
Yeah. I got a golf one coming there now.
But it's funny. Just quickly on the trophies, I bet if we all went into each other's trophies rooms, we would all recognize every show and every. I remember that one. I was in that one. You have the first, I've got the second, or vice versa, and the one in the back. Oh, I know that one too, right? I bet we all have one of. All of us have this. I can see the gladiator ones. I have the same one in the basement for sure.
Look at the old ones in the corner, Corey.
Yeah, the tall ones. Yeah.
Yeah, they're old. They're old. I got a lot more up at the gym. The old gym I had up in Renews. There's a ton of them up there, just the older ones. I love them.
I'll tell you. Can I just go into a quick story about the gladiator? Maybe it's not the best story to start with, but when Wade McIntyre.
Can I stop you for a sec? Then we'll go right into it. I'd love to do it. Before it gets a little too late into the podcast, I just want to remind everybody, this is Bodybuilders Amateur Hour, man. We're amateurs. We need support. You got to show us some love. So please, please, please hit the like button. Right? Comment below. We love getting comments from everybody. We want questions from you guys. And the more comments we get, the better the algorithm is, the more YouTube loves us, and we'll get out there to all the amateurs that, want the information to progress in their career. This is one of the ways you can do it. So comment below, hit the like button, subscribe, and
ding ding ding.
There you go, Jamie. Awesome. Hit that bell button. So
I love it.
And also, this podcast is not brought to you by Mutant, but I am. So I got to throw out there, if you're looking for supplements and you want to get on the gear, use my code JoshuaT20. It's the way to go. Save you some money, especially through Christmas, or if you want to buy someone some Mutant gear or protein powders, EEAs, whatever you want. JoshuaT20. Check it out online. And also, one more thing. We're not directly sponsored by Corey here in the PEI Show, but we are promoting the crap out of it. So, because we're going to be there, and we love Corey, and we love what he's doing with bodybuilding. So thanks, Corey, for the PEI Physique Championships. We're totally on board with you, and we're going to be preaching that for the next little while until it happens. And we're here to support you today, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Happy to have you come visit. I was in the theater that we rented last week and looking into the room that we have just for your podcast, the podcast room, the lounge. Nice. It's pretty impressive. It's got TV it's a TV with the screen showing what's going on stage. You'll be able to live stream and comment. It's directly in the lobby, so you'll see everybody walking by. You'll have a ton of big crowd watching, and you can look out and see. So you'll be very visible. And I think, and I was asking Josh this earlier, I think it's definitely the first live commentary podcast on PEI as a CPA show. I'm sure it's likely the first CPA show for the Maritime is going to have a live stream and a commentating, and I'm guessing maybe we'll call it the first one in Canada. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's going to be the first live show that's on YouTube where we're going to be able to have people commenting live reactions, and we're going to be able to address those as well.
Wow.
So,
nice. Wow.
Yeah. So we're going to have like live interactions for people all over the world, all over Canada coming in, everyone watching. It's going to be pretty damn cool. If I don't really screw everything up and it's just a mess. I don't know. That's also a possibility. Sorry, but we'll try our best.
Just remember to hit record.
Yeah. Take the lens cap off, Josh.
Yeah. I was thinking really hard, Corey, on competing in that show too. I got to qualify for Toronto, and it's either that or the Atlantics. I'm only doing one, and this is kind of making it hard not to compete this year, right here.
Well, would it be the only provincial championship you don't have?
Yeah, I haven't competed. I competed on the island once in 92.
Oh,
94.
Yeah, okay.
94. One time as a junior. And that was the only time.
1994 was the last PEI show before it took it took a 15-year break. Yep.
Yeah. So
I went to that. Yep.
I did suggest to Jamie that if he wants to do the show, go for it, and then come hang out afterwards after he's all done. But that's
I'm thinking really hard on doing that. I just like to I like to compete back over in the island for once. I mean, I've been doing it a long time down here in Moncton and Fredericton, and I did Nova Scotia a few times, so I think it's maybe time to go to the island for a trip and qualify there.
Well, just to give you, if you were, I know I asked you 2 years ago backstage at the Gladiator, hey, man, is this your last one? And you're like, oh, yeah, man, totally done. I'm 50. It's over. I'm done. And, I think you've been in, 5 shows since.
Andy keeps me going. Oh, you can do another one. You can do another one. No, really. But
don't blame me, buddy.
I just love to do it. So I'm still good. I'm still okay. So I'm going to go until I feel it's not enough.
Right.
I'm out of there.
Keep going until you feel that you can't beat your previous package, I think.
Yes. I mean, you can always slip up once in a while here and maybe not bring your best one this time as you did last time, but you'd know the difference.
You can feel it. You can feel it and know it for sure.
Things are not working well in the gym.
Amy's sponsoring the show there with Twisted Fitness. So if you don't do too well at that show, you can definitely get on the pole there. We're bringing the portable pole, so you can try your luck at pole dancing and stuff.
I have to get a few lessons first.
Jamie's like, only if there's a trophy involved.
Yeah, and I'll do anything for a fucking trophy.
I'll have to bring a trophy.
Yeah, bring a trophy. Yep. I don't give a fuck what it is either. It doesn't have to be big, small, just a trophy.
Yeah.
So anyway, Corey said that's straw hardly. I'm thinking very hard on that one. So likely leaning towards it more than now. If I can come back and be a part of this podcast too and cover it all, fuck, I'd do it. Yeah, I'll definitely.
Legit.
Maybe you could do the commentary while you're posing, while you're up on stage. You have a little mic attached to you. I'm totally.
Oh, Jamie, we're gonna rip you apart, buddy. This is gonna be great. You should definitely do the job.
Okay. I'm not scared of you guys. Not a bit.
Well, it's pretty cold up there on stage. What's going on?
What's that old fuck doing there? Yeah. Oh well, we'll you can rip me apart. But I'll come back. I'll come back afterwards. I'll see you afterwards.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
When I take home that overall. Ooh, did I just say
right.
that out loud real fast?
Very possible.
Anyway, enough about me. Let's go somewhere else.
All right, Corey, you had a story.
Yes.
Well, it's kind of a downer story. Let's save it for later. we're all laughing now. It's a downer story. I'll tell you later.
It's little ups and downs. All right.
Yeah. It's more of a yeah.
That's all right. We'll take it when it comes.
Yeah. How's your bicep?
Bicep is good. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, everything's back to normal. I've been training right out straight and lifting heavy with it, and
good.
Yeah, it's been good.
All right, cool. That's great. All right, so I got a couple viewer questions, and I have a couple topics. Let's I don't know if you want to just jump into some viewer questions right away, or we can go into a couple of topics and save the viewer questions for the end. Let's see. What do you think? What do you want?
Questions.
Go to some questions. Yep.
Questions. Sure. Since it's the holidays are coming up, this is probably going to be our last one until at least after Christmas. We're going to be pretty busy. I'm going to be busy for sure. So, going to throw in a couple Christmas questions. Do you guys recall or have any favorite Christmas memories that involve the gym? Is there anything that stands out to you that involved the gym and training?
Go ahead, Andy.
The power was out at my place one Christmas morning, and there was a bad ice storm. I remember that. And that day, I went to the gym because the gym happened to be open, and I must have saw 20 of my friends there. It was the craziest thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
The power up, but the gym, the power was on, so we were all there hanging out, and
that's a really nice way to spend Christmas.
Yeah,
with friends and a place that you love to be.
Yep. Got to take a shower and all that.
Everyone's given the gift of gains, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah.
I have no good memories, or no memories at all.
I have no good memories of Christmas whatsoever. It's like everything is horrible.
Well, not the gym and Christmas. I didn't mix the two that day for sure.
Okay.
I had two kids, and they were occupying my time quite a bit.
Oh, fair enough.
Were you, Cor?
So the first thing that popped into my head was the year I started bodybuilding. The first Christmas gift my mom and dad got me was Arnold's Encyclopedia.
Oh,
that's awesome. Yeah.
And I read it. I think probably by New Year's.
Oh, that's nice.
Were your parents bodybuilding fans?
They'd never picked up a weight before.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah. But they're if you have for those who know me, like the genetics in my family aren't the best. Like my father's, I think 4'6", and I think you probably met him before, Jamie, around the shows and stuff. You've seen him, but they, like in terms of like support, and I'm 45 and they've never missed a show. Like, and it's like even at this age, if I were to,
you're lucky. You're lucky.
Yeah, very fortunate, right? They've traveled to like Atlantics and everything, and they're quite supportive that way. So they've never, and even at this age, I'm quite fortunate that if I were to compete next year, they where is it? When can we get tickets? Right? They're still there, right? So it's quite fortunate. Yeah, quite lucky.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. For me, I don't think I've ever been to the gym on Christmas Day. I spent a lot of time I training during like Christmas Eve, and I'd always remember I'd try to make Christmas Eve a leg day because I knew I was going to be eating my face off for the next couple of days. So Christmas Eve was always a fucking brutal leg day. And I just pushed myself like extra hard just because I knew what was coming in like a couple of days of rest plus food. And then
always worrying about that food and what it's going to do to you, aren't you?
I do. It's an illness. I know it. I'm looking to bring a psychiatrist on here. It is absolutely a thing.
Really?
That we're going to talk and get into muscle dysmorphia and bodybuilding. It's something that we've been working on. Anyways, well, that's a different topic.
Yeah. I have a Christmas related question for the three is how is Christmas Day with the eating and the family if you're dieting for a spring show and if you're not? How does it change?
That was slightly kind of my next question from one of the viewers. But yeah.
I've never competed where I've put Christmas in that way. I've never ever competed where I'm dieting in Christmas ever. And I competed a lot.
Neither. It's just never fallen on during a diet. No. Probably because the Atlantics were always far enough away, and it just worked out okay. You could start, January 2nd. No.
Well, I could tell you when this year or last Christmas, I had a choice. I was either Christmas dinner or New Year's. I could only have one because my diet started early for Arnold's. And my coach...
How many weeks away was that?
God, I can't...
Now put you in the mind, you're the most shredded guy around, so how many weeks away was that?
I think
Arnold's is first week of March.
That's probably
20 weeks, at least?
Oh, it was... I can't remember. Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, my coach was like, there's only one. You can only have one. So last Christmas... I sat at the dinner table with my wife and my father-in-law and mother-in-law. And they all had the turkey, the gravy, everything. I sat there with my fucking chicken and rice. Yep. And I said, "It begins." And but then I can't. It's the switch, right? That's for me. Is that switch that needs. That's sacrifice, or that's something that needs to kind of go and switch and turn on. And it's serious. If I miss Christmas dinner, this shit's serious, and then I'm good to go, right? So
there's a switch. There's a switch.
And something like that,
once it's on, it's on.
So something like that for me was like the trigger. So I was able to go out and enjoy New Year's Eve. That was kind of the thing, right? And I didn't really worry about New Year's Eve, but Christmas Day onwards until New Year's, diet started.
Did anybody you were sitting with at that Christmas meal comment on what you were having, or did you have that support from them? And I don't mean to be a personal question, but how support were fine.
I had the support 100% because they see me go through it in 2021. And that year was a little bit crazy because no one knew what the hell I was doing. It was new to all of my in-laws.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there with chicken and rice or like my beef or something. And my father-in-law comes by. "Hey, you want a beer?" I'm like, "No, I don't want a beer."
Well, I do, but I can't.
He's like, "Why?" I was like, "Guys, it's just, yeah." But then after he saw after someone that isn't really into it and doesn't know anything, after they see from the beginning to the end and the outcome of what the diet and training does, they're like, "Oh, I get it. I get that's why you were a grumpy dick for 12 weeks."
That's my worst pet peeve is explaining your meals. Like say if you're at a work function and you have to diet on through and, "Well, why aren't you having that? Why aren't you doing this?" Fuck, because. And then and then the next guy comes along. "Why aren't you doing that?" It's just explaining it all the time. If you don't want to, but you got to because you're leaving them out in the dark. Why you're doing this? You want everybody to know.
When they explain to you how unhealthy it is for doing.
Right? While they're shoving half a cake down their throat.
Yeah. That's all the time.
Right?
You're 100% right. Yeah.
Did you feel when you were answering those questions, did you feel they were coming at you from a negative point of view or like a genuinely curious point of view?
Genuinely curious. Why somebody would do this while there's pizza laying right beside you, or while there's cake, or whatever. Why would you do this to yourself? Why would you do that? Well, because I love what I do.
Right.
And I do it. I don't do it half-arse. So I'm not going to throw that little piece of pizza in just because you're telling me it's okay, or it won't hurt me, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Or like I'll usually get that question and be like, oh well, like I would never do that. I like food too much. Like yeah, cool, awesome. Or like, or the question comes out of a spot of like anger or jealousy as well. Or like, I wish I could do that. I'm like, I wish I could do that, but you know, it's not worth it. You know, it's not worth all this or that. Like, well,
maybe not to you.
Like, maybe not to you. That's your opinion. Or like, it's like true, and you probably can't do it anyways, even if you wanted to, because most.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're a breed of our own. Right. If everybody could do it, they would, but they can't.
No. Exactly. Cool. And again, so another question about Christmas dinner and all the activities. How do you recover from it? Someone wants to know, like, sometimes when Christmas comes around, I eat my face off for a couple of days and I feel like crap, and then I just regret everything. Does that happen to you guys, or how do you deal with that mental health battle during the holiday season?
I never really tried to gorge myself. I enjoy it, but to the point where it's not overload. I've never been that type. I would enjoy it and do, but I'd shut it off. And I'd make sure I started, maybe the next morning was cardio and workout. You always work around those things. You do try to enjoy them, but we know how to make things move, and I don't get depressed about that, and I just keep on going.
Right. Yeah.
So, I think that's an important thing to realize is don't punish yourself because you've screwed up your diet or whatever. Just get back on it the next day. Don't even try to have a day where you eat less. Just get back on the diet and just keep going. Yep. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. I know, like, if it was the 24th, I know I'm probably doing cardio that morning and I'm dieting that day and then doing a weight workout at some point on the 24th, and then we eat, and I'm waking up for cardio probably on the 25th, and we're going to wake up for cardio and train on the 26th. It's just another day with a bit of extra food, right? And I know it would depend also if we're dieting for a show or not. Like if it's we're how tight to the diet are you on the 24th? And then how much are you getting? Does turkey count as your protein? And all those turkey meals at all of our families, right on the 25th, right? So I would just eat as I'd like to and enjoy a little bit of my mom's or family's baking, and then back to the gym the next day, and away you go, right? So just another day.
Yep.
Just another day.
Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of how I have to look at it too. I do personally struggle with eating and food and being comfortable eating a lot. So yeah, I do have to personally think about it as just another day and know that I'm going to get right back onto it the next day or 2 days. It's going to be, it's going to be okay. And yeah, and just, I've recently learned, that this is a love that we have. It's not a career for me, right? It's something that probably will never really be like bodybuilding on stage will never be a moneymaker for me. So why do I stress myself out so much about food and missing a day here or there, right? It's not like anyone else is relying on me to get to the gym and train, right? It's all on myself, and it's the pressure I put on myself that drives me crazy. And I'm recently, the past couple of months, starting to realize this after, I don't know, over a decade of training and competing
and worrying all the time. Yeah.
Of worrying all the time. What am I eating? Oh my God, I missed a meal. Right. Now it's slowly getting a little bit better. And the cool thing is my physique is getting better without all this extra stress. Even though I might be missing a meal here or there, I'm lifting better. I'm looking better, and think life is just easier, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So
that's I never worried about. I never worried in the off season. If I wasn't competing, I make sure when it's time to get into shape, that I start and lower the calories and starting to kind of watch myself kind of get into shape a little bit before I start getting ready. I never let myself be heavy when I start getting ready for a show. So if I'm overweight and I know where I hold my weight in the waist and my back and lower back and stuff. And when it gets to a point where I don't like it, I kind of calm things down and make things happen then before I start to get ready for the shows. So but I never really worry about my food too much. I make sure I eat my good food, but I eat other stuff too.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's all about, kind of having a healthy balance of
a good balance,
a little bit of craziness and a little bit of structure.
Yep. You got to have the structure. It's what we do. Right. So, but
you don't have to miss all the parties. You can still go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
I would enjoy it all. Enjoy it all.
When I was coming up into bodybuilding in the past, 8-9 years, if you weren't suffering, you weren't doing it right. You're not a real bodybuilder. If you weren't living the life, if you weren't grinding every single day, if you weren't living like a monk, you're not a real bodybuilder. I tell you how many events and shit that I've missed because I needed to get, my 12 hours of sleep. I didn't go to events because it would mess up my food timing. I didn't hang out with friends, or if I hung out with friends, I'd be bringing my own meals to the barbecue or even a restaurant. I literally crack open my Tupperware at a restaurant and be eating in the corner. It was bad. But
I do that for sure. I do that for contests, but I don't do that off season.
This was off season. This was straight through. Yeah. Or if I was at a restaurant, I get a nice chicken meal, and what would come out of my pocket? A baggie with an extra chicken breast.
Oh my God.
Right? No. So I'm not.
Yeah, you're not even joking at all either.
No, man, no.
God.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I can. You know what? My eyes are getting so bad. I can't see close. I can't see far away. Wow. I can't make up my mind whether I want my glasses or not. But Josh, that is a little bit crazy, a little bit. But
yeah, but
you're getting better. You're getting better.
On the other end, dude, I came second place at Arnold's.
I know. But I know, Josh. You.
So I'm not saying would that have happened if I wasn't like this? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it would. Maybe I would have been first.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Try one the other way. See how it goes.
It doesn't. Yeah, try the other way and go with.
I am trying it now.
Who would know, Josh? Who would know whether you'd be first or not? It doesn't matter. Now you're going to go again. So
yeah, exactly.
Try it. Yeah.
All right. So
we live and learn through all this.
Yeah, and that brings us into something that Corey mentioned off screen here about contest mistakes. He was wondering, he had a couple questions about that, or wanted to bring something up.
Yeah, so as I was preparing, Josh asked me a few days ago, and I'm so happy to be here. Kind of made some notes and different topics. And it's biggest screw ups as you get ready for a show. And I think back all the things that I've personally done that's helped me then be the gym bro to help other people, right? I don't coach people, but I help people and I give them advice, or up and comers, I'll give them I say, don't screw up with this. And one of my earliest ones, my very first show, I was driving to work and the check engine light came on. It's a week before the Atlantics, my very first show. That's fine. Check engine lights, that's fine, whatever. And the Thursday before the show, the car breaks down on the highway. And I'm running. I had to run 10 minutes to the literally run down the road 2 days before the show. Already started pro tanning. This is 25 years ago. I already got one coat of pro tan on and running down the highway to the nearest gas station to get somebody to come tow me home. So ever since then, I've always told every person I've ever met that's competing, listen, if you got a check engine light on right now, get into the garage right now and get that fixed. So that was one of mine. And the other one that I had. So
what did happen when you walked into the garage and you were dark? They would have. I've been to the grocery store like that once or twice, and just
for sure.
The looks.
Yeah, they just they just shaking their head, right? Like lucky I did know who they were. Like it's a fairly small community, but my first show, I'm running, and it's like the stress, the cortisol, the legs, all the things you think that happen. What are you doing running 2 days before the show? And I remember, and one other one that I really remember was the very first show, the Atlantics, when I won my class for the first time. And I'd been like third every other show before that. So I'd never been to an overall. And an overall is like 4 hours later. So I'm all out of food. I'm searching around backstage for food at 11 o'clock at night. Like, what's there? Oh, there's like cake and there's cookies and there's honey and there's like, I'd ran out of food like 4 hours before because I had not planned on ever being there that late. So again, one of those lessons I learned, searching, scrounging around for food. You got some rice cakes, got some peanut butter. And I always tell folks now, listen, bring enough food just in case, right? Have enough meals till midnight. I remember falling asleep backstage in 2014 at the Atlantics, and we wake up at 12:30 and go on stage. That's some late nights, right?
Like that's horrible, and that also like kind of brings me back to thinking of like even the Olympia that just passed, when people are competing. Our bodies are meant to be peaking always at like a certain time of the day, and they're so used to training, like our circadian rhythm is off. Like when we're going out at like 11, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, we do not look our best, right? So again, that's pretty good. It's good that the morning shows happen, but if it all happens all at once, morning, get all of your judging done, like one show, one take, get it done. I think it's an awesome idea, especially through like the amateurs, like going through the morning show, going back and doing it again into the night show, where we don't look quite as good, right? Some things are off, and I don't know. I always like the one show deal.
That's our PEI show.
Exactly. Oh yes, exactly. Right.
Yeah, and it's because of that, and also you think of the cramping and the drying out that happens all afternoon once you're back to your room. Like we're on early, say 10 o'clock, right, as bodybuilders, and we're done by 11, we'll say, and we're back to our room. We have a nap, get a meal in, and I remember sitting in hotel rooms all afternoon, just cramping, hurting, not on till 8 or 9 o'clock that night, drying out. Remember, getting like just awkward. Not feeling healthy and not feeling well, that to be that dry that long. And then even just the logistical things of having family. Like if your family doesn't get a hotel room, where are they going to go all day? Right. Like we do the one show in PEI. We started at 11 o'clock last year and we were done driving away by 3:30. And that's overalls, everything. Right. Like it was pretty. And every athlete was like, wow, I feel great. I've never felt this good before, right? And the judges aren't exhausted and the fans aren't exhausted and sponsors are in and out in a day. Like I really like that format. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree. Go ahead.
I always find I look better at night. I don't know. I seem to get a little more rest through the day, and I see Delta has the jitters are gone, and I kind of don't, I seem like I fill up a little bit better because I've eaten a little bit more maybe. And I don't know. I kind of like the two. I mean, I love to try something different. I've never ever did the one show, but I've always found that I look better almost at nighttime. I
agree. I agree with you. I know that I look better because of the nerves are gone and the relaxation, a bit more food, a little bit more water. I always agree. I think everyone probably looks a bit better. I did. You probably did. I just think that the health issue, the cramping, though, like the just feeling awful all day, waiting to get it over. I just felt that was kind of the balance, right? Like, I may look a little better, but can I get it all done, by like the bodybuilders last year were done by noon, right? So they're not drying out all day, maybe not like an extra dose of a diuretic, they don't need to take. So that's kind of where I was heading with that. Yeah.
So that's interesting because like for me, I wake up, usually when I wake up in the morning is the best that I look. And I find a lot of people look, they get up and you're like, you are seeing striations upon striations and like tendons that are popping out of everywhere. and you're just like so like almost inside out. And after the day rolls on, I find those little things start to disappear a little bit. And like those little like details start to like smooth over. Yes, you look good and a little bit fuller, but for me, the conditioning kind of fades a little bit. The leanness disappears. And the way I do it, I carb load all night. I literally I am up like every couple hours eating throughout that night. And by the morning, I'm full. Hopefully, is the plan. So like there's like everybody's different. Everyone kind of works different, and like so I find for me and some other people that I know, it's like the morning is like you just like look the freakiest, but then
well, the sharpest maybe. It's whatever you're going for too, that you like too, whether it's that real hard striated conditioning or a little bit more fuller with a little bit less conditioning. I don't know.
It's a tricky balance, right?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, the difference in between the two is really minuscule, but you can see it. You can see it, you know? And that if that's what you want to present, then the morning is the best for you. And get me wrong, you get up in the morning, you're dry as fuck, you look something good. Cool. You're looking at yourself, and it is pretty cool. Yeah. But I mean, I always dealt with the 2 shows, right? I've never done one show. Right. So let's see how this one goes.
What do you think, Andy?
What do you think?
Yeah. Usually the morning looks the best, but it doesn't always feel the best. Like I find it at nighttime, after you've had a few, got a bit of water in you and got some of that, that good meal that you have in between the shows, fills you right out. So I definitely know that I feel a lot better in the night show, but whether it translates to looking better, probably not. But and the nerves are gone too, right, by the night show.
Yeah. That's one thing I kind of like about having the 2 shows is that you get a little bit more stage time.
That too.
But
hold on though. But you don't though. Like okay. Just and I think back to like last 9 months ago in our show, it was the same 30-second like the CPA, it was 30-second introduction, call outs, quarter turns. Then prejudging, and then you're back out for your routine, and trust me, guys, like I love being on stage, and I made sure that like when I had it in my head to do a 1 show only, I wanted to be sure that no one would miss out on any extra. You're not going to miss time. Like you're going to get the same posing routine, the same overall, the same pose down in the crowd, or whatever. Like they were out there just as long. It's just you're spreading it out by 12 hours, right? Like you're instead of, it was an hour in the difference. Like they came on at 10 and they came back out for 11:30 for their pose down and awards, but they were judged at 10. The bodybuilders judged at 10, introduction or presentation, quarter turns, and then all the posing, and then they're sent off, and then they're brought back out for routines and like an hour later. So they had an hour break backstage, but it was the exact same amount of like, that 10 minutes or so that you're spent posing, that's the same. That's
nice.
Something that
I love it.
I want to be sure of that because it means a lot. You do all that work, you weren't going to have less time just because it was less stage time because it was less time of the day. No, it was going to be the same amount of stage time, just condensed.
Did you think that any of the physiques kind of faded off a little bit because of pushing and not much rest in between?
Honestly, I didn't even, my head was so, I didn't even see the show. Yeah. It's one thing when I sat at the judges table for a bit and I couldn't even tell. Like I was scanning the judges to be sure they were okay, and the crowd and the statistician. I looked up a few times and was like, that looks great to me. And then kept on, backstage, how's tanning going? Like I didn't get to sit. I didn't eat all day, like I didn't see it at all. I didn't even ask. People ask me, how did I look? Sorry, man, I didn't even see. I had to wait for the photos.
You look great. You look great.
Yeah, everyone looked great.
Everyone looked great.
You looked awesome. You look like a winner to me.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm very hands-on, so I never even looked up.
That's explainable, really.
Yeah. But it was just and the reason the one show only came from the amateur Olympia. And I think it was yours, Josh, the amateur Arnold. Was that one show only as well?
Yeah, that was my first time doing a one show as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did the amateur Olympia and we were on at 8 as masters, and we were done driving away by 10:30. And I'd never felt so good physically to be done that early. We were at Five Guys at 11 o'clock in Orlando. Like, it was amazing, right? And I had just as much stage time as I would have with a night show, right? And it was just as enjoyable. And, they just plow through, 250 athletes in 4 or 5 hours, right? They just get it done. So, yeah.
Was your experience as well, Josh? Was it good? Like just the one show? You liked it better?
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah.
Usually between shows, like a morning and night show, I don't know what to do with myself. I just end up going home or going to my Airbnb and like watching a movie.
That's pretty much what the rest of us do too.
So I just sit there and I'm just waiting. So I really liked the whole experience, that everyone's just there together the whole time, and then there you go, you're off. And after the Arnold's was done, we finished around, I think, 12:30, and we were right across the street at the market getting food. And it was like, then I had the whole day to go, explore in the area that you're in, and felt great. And then, I don't know, it was...
We were at Five Guys by 11 and at Disney by 12:30. That's our, and I was, and you think I wore, you're in your best shape ever. You just left the stage an hour before. You just went to Five Guys, had a big burger, fry, and a pop, and you're walking through Disney in a tank top, tanned, one quick shower, and you're out in this, the freaky, the veins are popping. It's just ridiculous, right? It was awesome.
You got any crazy pictures of Mickey?
No.
He's got all the Disney princesses hanging off you. That's what.
Yeah.
Lots
Josh,
of looks for sure.
A little side question, Josh. What's on your arm? No, the other one. Yeah.
This one?
No, the other one.
This one.
Yeah.
Well, you can't really see. If I hold it up, there's going to be holes in my arm because of the green screen in the back.
Is it tattoo? A new tattoo?
Do you see that there's holes in my arm?
Yeah, I see that.
What?
Right?
The fuck is
that?
Because I have a green screen, and my tattoo is green. So
okay.
It comes right through. Anyway.
That's new, right?
It's about a year.
Oh, fuck.
A little over a year.
I
usually just have sleeves on because this happens.
I was going to say I don't pay attention to you enough, I guess.
Right. He's always watching himself on the screen. Anyway, that's okay.
Yeah.
But we can go through my...
I'm just joking, buddy.
All my tattoos have a lot of meaning, so we can always go through this sometime.
Yeah.
For sure.
Anyway.
So another person wants to ask... Scott wants to know about how we go about picking our training partners, and if we prefer training alone or with somebody, and what makes a good training partner.
Wow. Hey, Briggs, you're up.
Okay. My current training partner is my high school friend. Actually, we've been buddies for forever, and it's just somebody that's motivated. That's what I like. Somebody that's going to show up. It's hard to find people that are maybe like a lot bigger than me or whatever in the gym. So, as long as you're motivated and you'll push me, you're in.
Yeah.
Cool. There he goes. We lost him. He's back.
He's back.
Not sure what happened.
We're just talking gym partners.
Gym partners.
What drives our gym partner to be good for us?
Right.
Me, mine's my girlfriend, and but I had tons of training partners over the years, whether it be younger guys than me, or they were mostly all younger than me, I guess, maybe a few guys my age. But I just like somebody, like Andy said, like motivated to do better, to be better, and And when we get there, just either talk shop or don't talk. Either one. Let's just go. I mean, I'm big right now on I'm moving fast in the gym. It's not really crazy weights, but it's strong. It's heavy, but it's enough to just stimulate what I need. And I'm a lot more smoother and a lot more technical than I used to be. And I like somebody that's just ready to just pop in when I'm out and I'm gone to the next machine. Meet me over there, and I'm coming back. I'll talk to you when we're done. A little bit here and there. Yeah.
Do you usually lead? Do you usually lead the workouts, or is it kind of go back and forth? Yeah.
No, I usually lead. They whoever I'm training with, whether it's whoever it is, I usually lead. I want to do what I want to do. I mean, I'm up for other things, but I have some exercise that I absolutely love when I do stuff, and I'm doing them whether you want to or not. So, and usually they just want to follow anyway, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Corey, what do you train alone, or are you with a partner? And
these days alone, but for years with people. And I think the best gym partners are probably the ones with the schedules that match up the best. And so if the schedule and the timeline matches up best, and you both are equally as motivated to work, and like I know for years before phones came in the gym, there was no distraction. It was like, I go, you go, I go. So if you're training with somebody who's always on their phone, you're probably not going to match, and you're not on your phone, you're probably not going to match up very well. So I had a guy ask me last week, he goes, I train with a guy who's trying to lift 140-pound dumbbells every time, and he's going to hurt himself, and we're just not matching up well. I said, well, just stop. Like, you're clearly not meshing together. Find somebody different. He's going to hurt himself, and find something that fits your style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And
yeah, definitely. It would not work. That would not work with me neither.
Yeah, for sure. I personally,
Josh?
Yeah, I personally like training with people, but my God, I burn through training partners so fast. I can't count how many people that usually will like maybe last a week, and then they're out. They tap out. I've had people come up and be like, "All right, hey, I like the way you train. Can I train with you? Can we make something work? Like, can you show me some stuff?" Like, yeah, of course. Let's fucking do this. I love training. Let's do it. One leg day, I never see them again. It's just.
Is it Josh? Because you train so often, or you're so intense, or the weight's so heavy, or what is it? All of the above.
All of the above, I guess. Like, dude, like after I learned how to train intensely with lighter weight and to make lightweight heavy, it scares people. People think that they can lift a lot, and then when we go through and train with me, I drop their weight in half, and it crushes you. People usually don't come back. They're like, I broke their ego. So it tends to happen, but yeah, I've had a couple good training partners over my career, and actually, one person that does keep coming back is my wife, which is awesome. She'll hang, but she's like the silent killer. She doesn't say anything. She's super quiet through the whole workout, and I'm the one that yell. I'm sitting here yelling at her every rep that she's doing. Let's go harder, and it's me. She's like nothing, but she will work, and she will push and keep up, which is awesome. But like for me, I love yeah.
Sorry. Well, on the lighter weight, are you burying them with the volume, or is it just lighter weight, like more intensely?
More intense. We're looking at like rep range, like speed of the rep ranges, right? Doing like drop sets or pauses at the bottoms of squats, or contracting hard for or sitting in a negative for a couple, like a 2 count and a push up and things like that, where it's like taking heavy weight, yes, not crazy heavy, but taking heavy weight and making it hard in a safe manner. I'm past the point of loading up the leg press to over 1,000 pounds and thinking that's actually doing something, where it's not. Where you can take 500 to 720 and just destroy yourself with that and have trouble walking. So it's like it all depends on your cadence, rep ranges, like what you want to do with like drop sets or like rest pauses. That's where I love throwing those things in the end. And a lot of people aren't used to that, and usually it scares people because they're either too sore the next day, and I'm like, that's what you signed up for, or the intensity is too much. But I have found a couple of people that really love it, but again, like you were saying about scheduling, you gotta find someone that's on the same schedule. It's really important, or reliable. If you have people coming and like, oh yeah, you plan a leg day, and all of a sudden 15 minutes out of the leg day, you're like thinking about it all day. I do. When I got a leg day coming up, I'm like, I got like leg stress all day. I'm like, oh my God, I have to do this today. I got to get under the bar and push this, or like all day. And then 15 minutes before your leg, you're on the way to the gym. Buddy calls it. Yeah, man, my girlfriend wants to go do this. I can't come. Everything is like,
you stressed about everything all day.
I mean, you're like, you fucking serious? I'm like,
I think there's something wrong with me.
Right.
I've never stressed about it at all.
But or maybe I'm the weird one. I don't know.
No,
I get it. I know
that's how you roll.
Yeah.
All right.
Leg day is Saturday for the last 20 years, and it's like Thursday, Friday. Start thinking, planning, and then can't do anything Friday night. Gotta rest the legs, Yeah. Big day tomorrow. Big leg day.
Going to bed 8:00 Friday night because I got legs in the morning. Yeah. I got legs in the morning. So.
Yeah, it's kind of.
And I always did legs first thing in the morning. Still do at 8:30 in the morning on a Saturday because you're not walking around. You're not walking around all day on them, right? You're not tiring them out. You get fired up. You watch your Ronnie Coleman video while you're having breakfast. Get your workout in, and you're just right there and get it done. You're done by 10, right? That's the tradition.
Used to should train legs. I might send Andy Andy a message on Friday night with a drink in my hand. He sends one back with one with him. We're not too worried about it.
Yes. You'll have a drink and I'll have 2 shots, and that's our Friday night.
Yeah.
It's like you're pre-carb loading. You're like, let's do it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pulling some water off with all the alcohol there.
Yeah.
Right. Make sure the joints are all lubricated. You're fine.
Yeah.
That's great. No, yeah. So just mindset, man. You have to find someone with the same mindset, and someone that I just gotta. What time is it? Sorry, I'm just picking up some weird noises on my headset. Anyway, I think we're okay. Yeah. Same mindset, and someone that's going to be able to push you and that doesn't talk through sets. And I've had gym partners while I'm in the middle of squatting, they are still talking to me about something that, a fight that they had with their wife. And I'm like, I can't do it. It's like, I've had it and it's like, nah, it's.
Now I've trained by myself too, in stents, just by myself. Right. And I enjoy that also. I do.
Some of those are the best workouts, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can really, because I put my headphones on and that's it. I'm zoned in I don't want nobody talking, like you said, right. Josh. I don't want nobody in my ear, nobody in my face, or nobody in the side, or So even when I am by myself, there is just great workouts.
So yeah, I love. Oh, go ahead.
So when you guys are with training partners, do you headphones on, music on, or are you listening to are you actually headphones off, listen to the gym music?
I tried. Go ahead, Josh.
I said when I'm in the middle of a set, I don't hear anything. It's just I barely see at that point, right? Things are blurry, and I just move and pray. Usually, what's going through my head is don't break, don't break, don't break. And then
I hear you.
Right.
Yeah. Don't go. Don't rip. Don't tear.
Yeah.
I use the headphones now. I like the headphones just for the simple fact that when a good song comes on that I really like, and it zones me in a little bit extra, and I keep it there. I might pop them off to talk at the end or whatever, but they go right back on for the next one. So I like the headphones. I have my certain music that I like, and it really, really fires me up. It does.
Good.
So I go. I both.
You, Andy? Andy?
Oh, well, yeah. When I'm by myself, I have my headphones on for sure. Yeah, half asleep over here. Yeah, no. When I'm by myself, it's headphones and the hardest music I can find. And when I'm with my training partner, we don't use headphones because we're pushing each other.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, like, not too long ago, Andy and I trained together. But we haven't seen each other in like person for like quite a while. So it was probably a little different than what we would normally do. But yeah, we still worked hard, right? And we were able to talk between sets and laugh. But when it was time to work, it stops. And then you go to work.
Your set.
And then you zone in. Just arms.
Yeah. Arms? Oh, that's fucking cool too.
The worst thing I could possibly do with Andy. Fuck.
him with giant.
I wasn't doing legs, buddy. Not happening. No.
I would.
I was like, I feel horrible. Anyway.
You should do shoulders.
Mine is just recovering. I touched dumbbell incline. I touched dumbbell incline presses this week for the first time in like 3 months.
Oh yeah, right, Josh. You hurt that, didn't you?
Yeah. So I got 50s. I got 50s up this week or last week. Yeah. So I was pretty excited about that.
See, I don't even do any shoulder presses anymore. I don't do shoulder presses. Mine's all front, side, rear. But I don't do shoulder press.
Yeah.
I don't do squats. I don't do a lot of the hard shit anymore. Fuck that.
That's another interesting topic we might be able to get into sometime. Training when you're old and broken, and how to avoid it.
How to avoid keep going. Yeah, so you can keep going.
Exactly. Let's see. Let me pull up another question here. Yeah. So, oh no. Oh yeah, I got right before we end the podcast, I want to share some pictures that we can go over and talk about that Corey sent me. So we'll throw that in towards the end. But so Jamie, you were sick not too long ago, right? How if someone that's like sick, got the big C word or whatnot, or just not feeling well, and you're sick, dehydrated, you lose 9 pounds. How do you come back from that? And like, is there particular protocols that you use, or you just get right back into it? And do you worry about it too much while you're sick? Or are you like laying in bed stressing about it?
Kinda, yeah. I was kind of stressing that I couldn't eat. I knew I was starting to come down in weight, and I was trying to hold my weight up there good. And I was stressing about that. I was, but I couldn't do nothing. My throat was so sore. The only thing I could eat was soup, and I knew what was happening, and I couldn't do anything about it.
Right.
So I just waited out. I can't stay sick forever, and I'm going to start eating again. So once I start to feel better, I started to eat what I could eat. It was only my throat. It wasn't my stomach. So it wasn't the lack of not being, that I couldn't eat. It was just the lack that I couldn't get it down. I was still hungry, but just as soon as I was ready to be back in the gym the next morning or afternoon or whatever, I was back. And so you just gotta let the sickness go through and do what you can do while you're sick. Don't train. Do not train.
I was going to ask you that. Yep.
It's just not going to do anything. It's just going to make it worse. It's going to keep you down further. It's going to keep you drag the sickness longer. Drink lots of fluids, and when you're done, start eating again and get back to the gym. It'll all come back. It's only temporary. Things are only temporary. So
sometimes that extra little bit of rest is good for you too.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Your body's you got sick for a reason. Sometimes I think, right? And you're not recovering properly, so your body just shuts you down for a bit. Reset it.
And I've been working a lot lately, so I was getting run down, and I know when I get cold sores and stuff, I know my body's starting to run down hard, and I knew something 100%. Was coming. So Yeah.
100%.
But
you kind of the same way, Andy? You're just like a big baby?
Yeah.
You like Amy takes
Yeah,
care
I'm a
of you
big
the whole
baby.
time?
Amy takes care of me 100%. It's terrible. I get the worst man colds ever. And but you definitely, I definitely shrink up a lot when I get sick, and it takes at least a week to 2 weeks to get back to where I was every time I get sick. I don't know what it is. I shrink right up. You know,
yeah,
you lose all your glycogen, and it takes a while before you're able to train hard again.
Yeah.
And are you okay? Did it take you a while to realize that, or are you okay? Would you go in there and try to force it into the gym?
It's taken me a while to figure it. Yeah, I used to just get right back into it and go hard. And now I don't. If I'm down 10, 12 pounds, I just go easy until I'm back to where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. I'm still not back on my weight where it was before I got sick. I'm still not back, but I'm only a couple pounds down. I'm about 200 right now, so I was 203 or so before I get sick. So yeah, I'm right about there. Strength is pretty much back at the gym.
Nice.
So yeah. So I just recommend taking the time. Just let the sickness go through you, and don't try to press yourself to get back to the gym. It's only going to hinder you.
For sure. Corey, you train sick?
Yeah, I try. Well, I think you're probably likely not eating as much. You're not sleeping well because you can't breathe. That's true. Anyway, so you're more tired, you're more run down, and so I usually get like a man cold once a year, and it lasts, like I said, Andy said, like a week or 2 weeks, and it just feels like you feel awful. And I think I'd probably take a couple of days off, or but I think I'm back in the gym just to kind of stay active. But no, you definitely you're not eating as well, and you're not sleeping as well, so you're not going to make any progress. Just get better and. Just keep up a little bit of activity if you can. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Definitely. All right. Let me just go through. We're getting close to wrap time, so let's do one more question. 2 more questions. One of them's kind of funny. Mark wants to know. He's like, I haven't competed before, but I'm single and I live alone. If I do a show, who do I get to shave my back?
Your mom. If you live if they live close, you ask your mom.
Your mom.
Go get it waxed. You can go get it waxed.
Oh,
I did that.
I can't wax. I've tried it. I tapped out. I couldn't do it.
It's painful.
Elton and I went to Toronto, and we were at the gym probably a couple days before we were heading up when he was doing the Toronto. And I looked at him, and he didn't shave his back. And I said, "Do not bring that shit to Toronto with you, because it's not getting done by me." So anyway, he made sure he had it done before, because I was not shaving that hairy bastard, not once.
Well, I remember I shaved Devin's back once, so I definitely owed him it for sure. But I remember doing that for him. My suggestion, Mark, I think would be get onto Craigslist, and someone will probably pay to do it for you.
Yeah.
I bet you could find someone that will give you $50 and they will shave your back. Make some money off of it. I was like, do it up.
That's a money maker.
I was like, that actually, maybe I'll actually do that.
Yeah.
You could do it. Yeah, do it for like a couple of weeks into prep. That would pay for your tanning. At least. Yeah. Registration, maybe? I don't know.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Get something out of it, eh?
Why not, right?
Why not?
You grow it for free. It's just pure profit.
Oh, fuck.
I remember one year I had that Greg Doucette guy staying at my place for a contest.
Who's that?
And his back was so hairy. I don't know, some guy. Anyway, his back was so hairy the day before that we were competing together in this show. And I was like, man, I'll shave it for you. And he was like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And you couldn't tell. You really couldn't tell under the lights. But I mean, the guy was hairy.
Oh, crazy! That reminds me of like, we did Atlantics 2016, 15. I can't remember, but there was a dude, novice, first show. He came in and he did not shave anything, and Katrina was putting on his tan. This was before like Marlo spray tanning. So it was like pro tan on the gloves, and you're wiping down it was all her fingers were getting caught in the guy's leg hair as she was going down into the thing. It was a mess. There was like chunks of tan all stuck over it was like
nasty.
But that was morning. The dude, unfortunately, I don't know. The guy didn't show up for the night show, so let's put it that way. It didn't go over so well.
and with and to just be a little serious about that, there's no excuse for that. Like,
right.
You got to do a little bit of research. Like 5 minutes on the internet or talking to somebody in the show, you'd find like that showing up without a tan. I've seen people show up without a tan.
Didn't that happen at the Flex show?
Yeah,
that happened at the Flex show with one dude.
Yeah,
that this year.
Like no
morning show, no tan.
Yeah, like not shaved or not tanned or not knowing the poses. Like that's like amateur way on. You're like I have a local show, but I would still expect someone to show up. Yeah, I'd still expect someone to come with a tan right. And shaved and knowing the 8 poses, or at least have practiced that. Like show the sport a little bit of respect, right? By at least knowing those basics, right? There's a basic you got to know, right? So yeah. Can I ask one question? Kind of along that line. Say you guys are up on stage and there's 5 years in a class or whatever, and that guy who's really hairy or that guy who's not tanned is in your division. Does that ruin your photos?
Kind of. It depends on if you can crop them out, but like.
If he looks like a fucking Sasquatch beside you, that's different. Yeah. But if it's just normal hairy and you can't see it, I mean, but yeah, if you could see, fucking.
Because your eyes will go right to him, right?
Yeah, if he's bright
if someone's looking at that photo and that's standing out like that, that's where the viewer's eyes are going to be drawn. Like when the Flex guy was on stage and he was in the lineup, that's what you seen. Like it was hard to like pull your eyes away from that, like really bright white guy, from like the rest
in a bad way.
Yeah, in a bad way. Yeah. So yes, I think you're right, Corey, for sure.
I've always thought like.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've always felt like, if I've done the work, and this may sound selfish, if I've done the work and I've tried to look my best, and I value like the photos as the memories that we get, right? We may not get a trophy, but we get photos as memories, right? And someone shows up unprepared, and it's always like you're going to show your friends your photo, and they look and they see that person in there. They're like, oh, that's who you were competing against,
right?
Yeah, like it kind of devalues your effort because someone else can just show up in belong's a bad word, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. But I kind of at least do the
unprepared.
Yeah.
Kind of diminishes your effort if that's what you beat to win. Sure. Yeah, diminish it.
Photoshop him out and put a Phil Heath in there or something.
I could do that for sure. But then I was like,
that's cool.
So, but saying that, would you, or do you think it would be, whose responsibility is backstage to let that guy know that,
it's too late.
If I'm a competitor, I'd be like, if I see him backstage before we go on in the morning show, I'd be like, dude, you gotta go fix that. You can't. Or
I would tell him.
Hopefully someone would like maybe mention to him. It was like,
but you know what? Logistically, it might be too late.
Right. Especially if the tanning is not in the same location, right? If it's like down the road, you're screwed. Or like maybe they've packed up for the day or the morning.
Yeah.
Right then yes, it's kind of done for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fellas, I got to cut out a bit early. I just wanted to say, Corey, nice to see you. And fellas, I gotta go,
brother.
But,
All right,
big.
We'll be chatting.
Yeah,
all right,
for sure.
Take care.
Okay.
Have a great night.
See ya.
Later.
All right, love you, boys. See you.
Love you guys. See ya. And close. So we'll just
He's out.
plop you here. There we go. And then
Perfect.
let's just go over a couple pictures and then we'll call it a day, if that's cool.
Perfect with me.
Yeah, because I know you're in some of them.
Who?
You.
Me.
Yeah.
Oh. Do I got clothes on or what?
Nope.
Barely.
Not that kind of photo.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're all in it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I don't know if Corey, if you and I have been in the same show. I can't remember. Have we?
No, I don't think so.
I
don't ever remember you. No.
No. Yeah, I am kind of a little forgettable. That's fine.
Oh, gosh.
I was a small lean guy in third place. That's.
I remembered you last show, Josh. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, I kind
I
of started
didn't
making my
forget you.
mark later on.
I didn't forget you yet.
Let me ask you this, guys. Do you feel as you get older you're getting better, or Jamie, are you like as you get older you got injured? Are you better? Or are you just managing? What's your feeling on your career trajectory now?
I'm going to go with a limb and say I feel better. I feel I look better. I do. I feel I'm my muscles matured better. Like, I'm getting to the point where it can't get it. There's a point where something's got to give somewhere, some way. But I find I look better each show. I might miss up one show here or there, or back and forth, but on the grand scheme of it, I think I'm better.
Nice.
Yeah.
You, Josh?
Yeah, for sure. Like especially in the last couple of years where I've learned to not do cardio. Sorry, but like that's when I just started getting really good and like started winning. And this year has been my best ever. And obviously I'm the oldest I've ever been. I don't. It's not like you go up and down. So yeah, it's been for 100%, and it's really cool to see. Which is also like really motivating to keep going to see if it can still progress, right? And to see if it can, we can still keep getting better.
Josh, you got, what are you, 40 or 42?
40.
Josh?
Yeah.
40. So you got, I'm not saying that maybe your body's not the same. It's not the same as mine, but I'm 10 years older than you. So
right.
There's that stretch of 10 more years where you just never know what can happen if you still want to keep doing it, right?
And it's just now it's just really the motivation, right? It's just to keep that motivation going.
Oh, Corey, this is 2009.
There we go.
Remember this? Yeah, 2009. Yep.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yep. I pulled out. I found a lot of photos in albums. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So who we got?
2007, Corey.
No, this is 9.
9. Yep, done 9. Right.
Yeah, it's on the from my notes from the photos on the left, far left is Chris Doucette, I think the name is.
Yeah.
And then the second from the left is Benny Putt, and then you, Jamie, and me, Corey. So that's the 2009 New Brunswick's overall.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a cool pick.
Yeah.
And just so you know about this photo, the guy second from the left, Benny Putt from PEI. Right. This was the first show PEI had a show. I had contacted Gary Bartlett that year. I said, Gary, you're holding a New Brunswick's. Why don't we have a Mr. PEI just as one class as part of your show? And he's like, sure. So he took registrations and made a trophy, and there was 5 Islanders came over in a Mr. PEI division, and Benny won that division. So he was the first Mr. PEI after about 15 years of not having an island show.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
And we kept having a show in kept having a PEI division in Gary's show for I think 3 more years. So we were very fortunate to have a place to go. So
Cool. That's cool.
Look at your sweep here. I've never seen somebody have like your quads, your outer quad sweeps are just hanging out over your knees.
Both of them, the inner and outer, just
like
almost laying down over top of this.
Yeah, they look like they're just big slabs of meat. That's
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got this one. So
I didn't know I was that much taller than you, Jamie.
Well, I think as you look at your stature, you're standing up.
I know.
You're not taller.
Yeah, I know.
You're gone down quite a bit there on that one.
I squat like that for the hamstring glute thing. Yeah. You're not taller than me, Corey.
No. I still hadn't learned how to pose by then, so I think I'm just standing straight up.
It looks good.
Men's overall, this is... What one's this?
Which one was that?
This is 2006. That's Greg Doucette won the overall. That's Dan Fowler and Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Greg looks pretty good, like always. His midsection is always awesome.
Yeah. Greg, Dan, and Mike. Two future pros there.
Yeah.
Right.
Who won that one? Did Greg beat him or did Mike win? Yeah.
Greg won.
Yeah.
Greg won the overall. Yeah. 2006 Atlantics. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Cool.
Oh, there.
Big D.
There's our boy Devin. He's not here. But give him a little shout out. There's, I think, the junior division it says here? That's probably
2006 juniors. Yeah.
Is his second show, first show? Might be a second.
Maybe.
I think his first show was 2005. But yeah, it's weird seeing him so small.
Still looks the same though, the shape, eh? Like he's just bigger with the same shape.
And Devin got second there?
I was confused over this placing.
Yeah, I am too.
Just from these two shots. I'm like, I don't see. It's like, sorry, Matt, but I'm not seeing I'm not seeing it.
But anyway, we're not looking at backs neither.
Yeah. And here we go.
Oh, this is the boys.
There we got Corey, Antoine. Who's the guy on you and
John Whalen?
John Whalen.
John, okay.
Yeah.
That was the first time I shaved my head, Corey, like with a big razor.
Okay.
I never did it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought that was you. It's like I could kind of barely recognize you.
It is. I do. I shaved it right bald, like with
looks
a big
like
razor.
It looks like you gave it to Antoine and he put it on his face.
Yeah. Anton with the big beard. Yeah.
That was 2021. There's Andy there on the left.
Yeah, there's Briggs right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Cool shots.
Yeah, that's awesome. There we go.
Hey, Corey.
What is your tattoo?
Mine is the armor. It's all over. It's from the start of the Gladiators on when we did the first one, the 2016. Right. I started the whole armor right on the shoulder with the 2016 number or year, and then just kept going with it down my arm and off my chest.
That's intense. I love this picture. Picture.
So glad we got that one. So glad we got that one. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, buddy.
Again, with your crazy quads just falling off your leg.
Yeah. Corey, did you ever think you'd want to compete again, or is it just?
I don't. Since the 21 Gladiator and then the Olympia, I've had 2 shoulder surgeries. So. Oh, really? Yeah. Like I heard it in the prep of the shows and barely made it, right. So.
Okay.
It's just one of those things. I just physically don't think I have it. I have. That's why I asked what your injury, how your bicep was, and I'm just shocked that you're able to come back because.
Oh my God!
You're getting
2
better,
weeks into
right?
it.
Yeah, just shocked, right? Because.
Well, I tore this bicep in 2016, and then this one here was 2019 or 23, and then I tore that tricep right there too. So I tore. But
wow.
they all seem to come back fine, and just and they didn't look distorted or deformed or anything.
Like my shoulder impingement is taking way longer, and your whole bicep tearing.
Like, well, maybe surgery was the way to go. Right after I tore it, I was in the hospital, in the surgery room at 3 days later.
Yeah.
I never waited none. Even with every injury, it was like 2 to 3 days later, and they were reattached.
Smart. It's good that you could get in so quick. With like something like an injury or like a pull or a strain, to get seen is not that quick, right?
No.
To get in and get like MRIs or X-rays or whatnot or ultrasounds, much longer.
They even did my first surgery was done on Sunday in Campbellton. So I tore it on Thursday. I was down there Friday morning, and Sunday was my surgery. That's awesome.
Wow.
Lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been lucky with them. So I'm done with those. I'm done with that fucking shit, though. I'm not doing that. No, it's done. It's more heartbreaking than anything.
Yeah. For sure.
I was 3 weeks out from the Toronto Pro when I tore that, and it was heartbreaking as hell. But
I get it, man.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I know you were there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's our lifestyle, right? So shit happens.
It's a part of it.
Yeah. Yep. Shit happens. You get on the bike and start paddling again.
Well, boys, speaking of shit happening, this was a good one.
Yeah, it was good.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Really,
good seeing you, Corey. Really good seeing you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, real good. Great chat. I often think I've met so many of you guys over the years, and I see, I call you as my once or twice a year friends, and I might see at shows, right? And it's so nice to catch up mid-year, I really wish I get over there more often, train with you guys in your gyms, your communities. I just, kind of feel isolated sometimes over here. We don't have a big community of gym monkeys and friends and stuff so. It's great to catch up. Just chat, bring up the old photos, the old memories and stuff for sure. It's great.
No, it's fun. It's great. Awesome.
Thanks very, very much, Corey. Having you on is a pleasure, and we're definitely we'll do it again, leading up a couple of times at least, leading up to your show. So we're gonna keep building the hype up. It's gonna be so friggin' awesome. And gonna be a big first for the CPA for sure. We're really excited to be a part of that.
That's the one I'm going to do, Corey. I'm going to make the commitment right now. I'm going to do your show. Yeah,
I got to qualify. It's going out live, man. This is just.
That's all right. I got to qualify, and that's where I'm going to do it. So it's going to be fun.
Well, I have a nice overall trophy. I have a nice overall trophy down in my basement with no name on it yet. So.
Okay, perfect. Josh, you make sure I'm allowed to come back, though. I want to be on the podcast a little bit. I want that too.
You got to win first. That's the rules.
I want my cake and eat it. Okay, all right.
So what we're gonna do once it gets closer, I think we're gonna start betting on the placings. Let's see we'll see who's closest. We'll do first, second, third, fourth. Kind of go down the road, and we'll take bets.
All right.
Whoever.
Jamie, will you be doing bodybuilding or classic? I think you've done classic before, right?
I did Nova Scotia's. Okay. I tried that once in classic. Yep. Yeah. I did that.
Okay.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I won the overall.
Do you still fit in the weight and height category for a classic?
I do. Well, I pushed 176 to get down on the Atlantics there and the Gladiators. I didn't make it. I 177.
It's a struggle.
But I'll push down again because that's where the weight class is in the Masters at Toronto, right? It's 176 and under. So I'm going to get there. I'll get there. So I don't know.
Just start a little earlier.
Yeah, I just got to cut a little bit more weight. It's no big deal. But I'm not sure what it is, Corey. I'm not sure what it is. For I'm 5'6", so.
I'm not sure.
Probably 170, maybe 172. I think when it was down Nova Scotia, it was 174 at my height.
For classic?
So, yeah. I had to drop a few more pounds. I had to keep going back. So, I made it at the end.
That's right.
Greg Doucette wasn't letting me in at 174.5.
No.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope. So I had to go back, and I made it. Yeah. Yeah. So. But I'll be doing bodybuilding.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Cool. That's exciting.
All right,
exciting news.
Exciting stuff.
You heard it here first.
Right here on the Bar Talk.
Yep. Awesome.
All right, gentlemen, that's it for me for tonight.
Yep.
Thanks, boys. Thank you.
Thanks, gentlemen. Thanks, Josh. Good seeing you, buddy.
Good
seeing you,
nice seeing you guys.
Nicor. All right.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.